Good evening, welcome to the program. Today I am going to take up one important job description from a multinational company. This will give an idea about what exactly the employers are looking for. Of course, here I am going to take such JDs which are from a major multinational companies, maybe at a junior or mid level. What is their expectation? Sometimes it may be a strange that they expect a lot from the candidate even at a junior position. One such a position we are going to see. I am trying to conduct such a type of review of job description so that you can benefit by seeing this program. You can always see my previous review in my Facebook channel where it is being stored. So let me now introduce to the program. Allow me a few seconds to share my screen. Hope you are all able to hear me and see the screen. Welcome again. Here, once again, I am going to take a job posting from the portal. This is one of the latest job posting. So, in fact, I have taken this today, and we will going to dissect and find out what exactly the employers are looking from the candidate. Many times you may be wondering why you are not getting the interview call nor succeeding in the interview. Maybe knowing what employers are expecting may help you in better preparation. That's where I am coming out with a series to review various job posting. In fact, if you have anything to be discussed, you can also send me the job, a specific job description where we can make a review. Since this is a live program, any of you watching in the live, you can always type in your comments in the link in so that I can respond to you. So before going, I will briefly introduce myself. My name is Pattabhiraman. This is my LinkedIn profile. I am basically engineer with a PG degree in management and data science. I have worked in nearly 2.5 decades in this large global organization. I have been with the Bosch for first 15 years in the planning and procurement function. So in my career, I have handled different subdomain inside the supply chain at various level, and I was heading this organization as a head of supply chain at least for 10 years. Currently, I am CEO for the training organization known as Software Training Private Limited. As far as certification is concerned, you should be knowing Apex if you are a supply chain professional. They provide this globally recognized certification. Equivalent organization is DDI, who provide similar certification. I am also a certified purchasing manager and a project management professional. Of course, these certifications are relevant if you are in the job market. I am not sure how they can help you in performing your job. That requires a different skill. But for entry into a good job, this certification may help you. I am also qualified in business analytics. Regarding our organization, we are based in Bangalore, 5-year-old organization. We provide both consulting and training in the field of supply chain, logistic and procurement, and our trade name is Expert SEM. Today, I have taken a job posting from Indeed. In fact, this is a new posting which was posted today. This is a position from Unilever. The position name is Site Supply Chain Manager. So they have given elaborate requirement here. In fact, it is very elaborate. Okay, it covers end-to-end supply chain management. So let us dissect each requirement and understand what exactly they are looking for from the applicants. Okay, before that, let us see what is the essential requirement they are asking is 3 to 5 years in supply chain operations. So fairly, this is a junior level, but salary wise, it could be 15 to 20 lakh CTCA possible. And they are talking about either working in a customer service or planning experience and planning experience. It's not or. Okay, so if you see the further job description, it's like a dream wish list what they are looking for. Though this is a very junior position, the expectation is very high, and the knowledge area what they are looking for is very wide. It's not only limited to end-to-end supply chain management. In fact, they are expecting knowledge from other areas to perform this job better. Okay, so I'm not sure why they have to expect from a junior guy to know something more in production or in a development department and also shoulder some responsibility. Here, the idea should be to improve the performance of supply chain, and at a junior level, that should be the focus. But still, you will expect these type of requirement from the corporates. There is no surprise. So, where cross-functional skill, good communication ability, this is normal to expect. But here, the amount of coordination expected is very huge, and I felt this is more of a wish list from the organization. I am not sure why even this candidate reporting manager can perform all this task. It is so wide. Okay, there is no exaggeration on that. So I have made my individual observation because I was also recruiting for many years my own subordinates. So I know what kind of expectation we can have from the candidate, but this particular thing looks to be something surprising, and many of the job profile are something similar to that, especially in a corporate multinational company. Sometimes I think they have simply taken from their corporate office and just copy pasted for local requirement. It looks like that, and you will understand when we go through each one of the statement. Of course, main job purpose they have given responsible for supply planning for factories and co-packers. I am not sure what is co-packers. So it should convey even for a neutral person what they are talking. Sometimes it may or may not be clear in a 0 to 3 month horizon, including scheduling and replenishment of material to minimize disturbance to the supply and meet agreed service level for the market. Of course, this sentence they have elaborated in the coming slides, which I am going to show you. You can see I have not modified any sentence. I have copied and pasted and trying to review what exactly they are asking. So, as a summary, they want people to have knowledge in supply planning, maybe tactical and operational level. So he should be or she should be capable in scheduling and replenishment. Make sure that production runs without any shortage. Okay, not only at the customer end but inside the facility, because this position is attached to a manufacturing plant, and they expect you to minimize the shortage and also meet the expected service level. So this is a summary. Let us go into each of the statement what they call as key accountability. So in this statement, they are looking for manage supply planning process, focus on short-term supply planning and inventory management of finished goods. So here, not only responsibility of raw material, here they are looking extended level. Even finished good responsibility is lies with the this supply chain manager. If you take many organization which is in manufacturing, the finished good inventory must be a responsibility of marketing department, not of supply chain. But here it's a extended responsibility. Even finished goods, he should be able to maintain the inventory management there. Maybe it could be in terms of service level or to avoid shutdowns or stock out. Such a responsibility may be there, but generally finished good inventory is being planned by the marketing function. Meanwhile, anyone of you watching, if you have any query, you can type in the LinkedIn comment. I am watching that since it's a live program, I will be able to respond to it. The next statement they are talking is generate short and medium term master production schedule and material requirement planning. So, what we can drive is you should be capable of engaging in two process, whatever ERP you are using. The master production schedule and the MRP is the process where by using the ERP you can run this process, but you need a strong planning experience to use this process. This is what expected. And second one is inventory management. So overall inventory management, they are talking about availability, service level, and optimization. So you need a lot of skill. Of course, I agree that these are the basic point for a supply chain professional. So no dispute on this. I agree completely with these two statements, except that finished goods responsibility. Maybe in a distribution environment it is okay, but when it comes to manufacturing environment, the demand management is normally done by the marketing department with the support of supply chain. But here it looks it is different. There are two different statement available. They have specified something called RCS NPM. I am not sure whether it's a process or a team engaged, or is it a system. When I made a Google, I am not able to find what it is. By the way, any of guys from Unilever you are watching, you can type. But the people who are advertising should be aware it is reaching to the outside your organization. They may not be aware about what short terms you are using it. You have to clearly specify whether it's a team or system or what you are talking, because here some accountability is given. They say identify and decide on a short-term supply issues, and exceptional cases to be informed to this particular maybe team or system. So this is one requirement. So possibly even without understanding this, you may be applying it. So I request the people, especially the supply chain or HR people, to clearly specify, because these things are read by a neutral outside person. They may not know internal short abbreviation what you are going to use. Next one is they are talking about work closely with third party planning team. Me even planning team, it could be 3PL, my understanding. Then work closely with the logistic team to ensure delivery of customer service, stock, cost requirement. Even this could be the third party logistic, maybe internal or external logistic service provider. Work closely with the distribution to understand outbound network constraint and liaise with appropriate planning team. So here, not only inside the plant, this position requires knowledge about network planning. Network planning means the guy should be aware how many warehouses are there, how inventory is being positioned at each of this place, what are the software tools used to do it. For example, DRP is one of the ERP process which can be used, but it is too much expectation when it is coming to third point here. Coming to the next accountability, identify potential bottlenecks on finished goods production, including with the key supplier, and propose way to resolve optimal cost. This is one surprising statement for a supply chain guide to identify bottlenecks and resolve them. And more strange is, if you are not a purchasing guy, then why do you call them as a supply chain manager? The even the problem at the supplier has to be resolved as per this case. So it's a wish list, expanded wish list. but still we cannot avoid this type of a requirement. These are expectation. So you should know the production process if you want to identify what are the bottlenecks, and you should also frequently visit the supplier to understand the problem. Generally, these are done either by the purchasing team or production or any improvement team should take care of this. Otherwise, this could be a diversion for supply chain function. Okay, resolving is not so easy. If there is a problem in production, for example, a machine is down, a operator not available, a tool is not available, then he will be going out of his way to focus on all those things. I think this is an irresponsible statement or requirement from employees. Work closely with the demand planning manager to derive complexity reduction in terms of SKU. This is also one controversial and extended requirement. Here, when we talk about complexity reduction, we are talking in terms of standardization, modularization, component commonality. So this is a basic function of development team. Of course, we can give a support, but in what way we can give our support? It's a basic function of a development team. They should work with these three components. They are the specialists to give a suggestion on this team, but it is an expectation. Coming to the next statement, deliver business supply chain planning process, manage stock holding policy, manage material inventory, material call off for the raw material with supplier within inventory target. So here inventory management is the process, and you should be aware about business plan. And when you talk about target, you have a budget for the inventory management. So it should work from top down. This is where we use business plan higher in the hierarchy to know what exactly is happening. Then you have SNOP. Then the organization should have a proper inventory policy, and then accordingly we have to be able to control a target. Of course, this looks simple, but I agree these are basic supply chain job, but it is not so easy to do this three activity. But if you specialize in this area, you will be welcome in any organization. The next statement talks about inbound logistic requirement. Of course, since the supply chain includes logistic, this can be one of the basic stop. But outbound, there is a distribution center, especially in the network type of arrangement. Then the planning, if you are in a plant, then it could be centralized planning. Then we use something called DRP, distribution requirement planning. It's a process used in the ERP environment. So these two seems to be okay for me in a centralized distribution system where we talk about the push planning, not the pull. So here they are expecting you to have plan as per the forecast and then push it to the customer end. So you should be having some knowledge about basic logistic process and DRP process and the required software. Next statement talks about support project team and ensure appropriate early management rigor. Possibly they are talking about new innovation and discarding the running line item. Okay, run up and run down all the material in times of innovation promotion. So this is one activity which is more possible in engineering organization. We call it as a re-engineering. So this introduction of re-engineering should be scheduled in such a way that it need not be existing product, even a new product or any changes in the current product should be scheduled in such a way that the existing inventory is consumed. So this I agree is an important supply chain job, but you need to know work closely with the marketing team to understand and do the necessary tie up, because if this is not tied up properly, then you will end up with the large obsolete stock management, and this has to be periodically written off as and when required. These things are basic supply chain job, and I have been doing this in my previous organization. One more controversial statement is talking about maintain master data integrity in the system. Data integrity, master data. I am not sure in what way supply chain is maintaining such data. Possibly it is with reference to this organization. But if they are talking about bill of material and the materials database, it is normally maintained by the development department. Maybe we can coordinate with them in maintaining the integrity, but the statement looks somewhat different. Here they are talking about maintain master data integrity in the system. Surprising, it's a development task. Okay. Next, coming to some of the professional skill, they are talking university degree or engineering degree, and they have given one silent hidden statement saying APIX certification is advantage. And now this becomes a basic requirement when you want to apply for this style of a job. In fact, APIX curriculum covers this entire end-to-end supply chain management, and also more than that. For example, if you take CSCP, they cover wider topic other than basic supply chain management, like we were talking coordination with marketing team or development team, like commonality or standardization or modularization. All this are covered in APIX certification. So in that angle, doing any of this certification will definitely help you not only at the interview level but also when you are performing work. It may support to some extent. Okay. So doing this type of globally recognized certification is always welcome. And master of business administration. Yes, now I feel having just a degree and MBA is not a major thing. Almost 99% of the applicant have both of this. Okay, when they say preferred means it becomes mandatory, and they find 99% of the people have this basic qualification. This is where they use APIX as a filtration method. Okay, when they apply along with BE, MBA with APIX, then 90% of the people resume will be eliminated. That's what they are looking for. Okay. And also, though it is not specifically mentioned, if you need to understand, coordinate with multiple functions, you definitely need some analytical knowledge. But many other organizations are specifically talking about analytics, but here they are not talking. But it is basic requirement. And coming to our support, I want to know any of you who have any doubts or clarification. You are always welcome to type in the LinkedIn comment. In case you are watching offline, also you are welcome to reach to me or our executive so that we can support you. So our support is in terms of career guidance, like this type of job posting we can discuss, and individually if any recommendation is required on your career growth, I can support. You can reach to our executives, and we do global certification training, which will becomes essential part in current day requirement. And our specialty is supply chain analytics program, which covers global content as well as the analytics. Very few people do core supply chain analytics. Maybe if you do google up in the internet, you will get hundreds of programs, but you may see that only a very few are from the supply chain background with the industrial experience who has the analytical knowledge. Okay, so you can get a better support from us. In case any of you have any doubts or clarification, you can always type in the comment. These are our website and contact numbers, which is a WhatsApp number. Our executive will be happy to support you whether you want any doubts or clarification. or even a fixing up time with me. Even in case you want to discuss a particular job description, I can do it. Okay, you can reach to this site or WhatsApp number. Do any of the live participant any doubts or clarification? Do you like this type of JD review? Was it meaningful? I want some of the participants to respond. Do you like this type of JD review? Is it meaningful? Can you please comment on the LinkedIn? Or if you want a different format, that also we can do, because I have been involved in this type of interview process for very long years. I know what interviewers are expecting and how much the candidates are prepared to answer. Anyone, can you give me a feedback? How do you like the program? Is it interesting or relevant? So thanks for watching. Have a nice evening as well as nice weekend. Bye.